But first up today, journalist Jeremy Warner has been reflecting in The Telegraph recently on how Britain looks like it's set to return to the 1970s. Think strikes, financial crisis and a possible change of government. He says, now, I'm not knocking the 1970s, which encompassed my adolescence and college days, and for me was therefore an indisputably groovy decade. But there is no denying that politically, economically and socially, it was also a pretty unsettled one. So while he was nostalgic for his groovy youth, do you find yourself looking back at your youth through rose-tinted glasses?
I nearly choked on my chocolate. Either that or I nearly got sick, I'm not sure. But I kind of look back on the, mid-70s, because we moved to London when I was 9, me and my family, because I'd worked up till then in all the clubs and everything. And then when we moved to London, my sisters then went on to do cabaret stuff, and I was too young to do it. So between the ages of 9 and 14, which is kind of like the mid-70s to early 80s, I had the best time because it was my real childhood, and I could just be a kid. And I look back now and I remember all my friends being, because I was always allowed to have friends around after school, and just great fun times of being a kid and horse riding and all of that. And then later on, from 79, 80, I then joined my sisters, and so it became quite pressurised then because it was full on, you know, our career really took off and we were touring, and so I couldn't really be a kid anymore.
Yeah. Did you find that hard?
Well, I did, really. I mean, I was very lucky, you know, by 18 I had my own house and...
Did you ever resent it? Did you ever feel you were missing out on stuff?
I think when I had my own kids, I'm a bit obsessive now about them having a normal, proper childhood, and I think hopefully they have, you know, the boys have. I mean, now they're young men and they're getting on with their own lives, but I think Kira she's having the childhood that I remember I had for a period of time in the 70s.
Well,
but obviously it became more pressurised.
We can show you a little clip of you as a slip of a thing. Have a look at this.
Please don't do this to me.
Had become a vital ingredient of talent and sometimes took its place. The musical family continues to be a popular proposition.
When we first started over here, we were told what to wear, what to say, what to do, you know. I mean, it wasn't so bad having the family appeal, but we got a sweet, very, very sweet image.
You look like Shane Ritchie. Your ex-husband on that.
Together then, probably, yeah. That was my first house.
How old were you there? Because I think you look only about 14 or something.
I think I'm about 21, 20, 21, but I was really, actually, believe it or not, really shy as well. Like, I hated speaking on television.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't stay with me all my life, obviously. But yeah, they were good times, the 70s. But I've actually preferred and loved my 40s. It's been the best time of my life.
How about you, Claire?
I've got to say, I think I look back at my childhood. When I was 14, I was singing in clubs, you know, like Phoenix Night type clubs. And I was at stage school, then I went away to work on cruises. But I felt I really came into my own in my 30s. When I turned 30, I discovered men, alcohol and nightlife. And I blossomed.
Well, do you know, we'll be the judge of that.
Oh, go on, don't.
Oh, I can't believe they're doing this.
I didn't know there were any drugs in there.
Neither of us did. This is my little girl we're talking about. I wouldn't do something like that to her. To smuggle drugs, that's sick.
Alice, look! You get going, we'll take this. Tell Peter I love him.
You know, I was about 27 then, and I've got to say it was a really happy time. I was with my footballer ex-boyfriend who I loved so much. I was in a soap and I was home because I was the same as you. From the age of 14, I've been travelling, working away. So to suddenly get a job at home and be at my mum and dad's, get a fabulous fella, and I loved Brookie. Oh, that was lovely seeing that. You can tell I'm not a natural blonde, can't you? All natural honest.
Well, obviously, you know, that we're all, four of us, all sort of different ages and different eras. I mean, when I think back to sort of my teen years, You know, in the article he talked about his formative years. I think, yeah, it probably was student time, because that was the only time in my life where I moved somewhere at the same time as everyone else, because we moved around an awful lot when I was growing up. And so I was able to join a college at the same time that everyone else was joining. So I'd say that's sort of my best time, really. Well, I mean, that wasn't the 70s, obviously. It was the 80s. But how about you, Sherry?
Oh, I'm dreading this. But anyway, I'll carry on. No, it was the most exciting time, the 70s, for me. I came to London in '69, went to drama school, and can you imagine London? You know, the King's Road in 1969 was the place to be.
Swing in London,
I know, and I was very, very young, and it was just the most wonderful time. And things happened. I left drama school, I went straight into a film with Richard Chamberlain. And you kind of go, oh my God, you know, and how lucky was I? Everything in those 70s, I was so lucky.
Was it you who turned him?
Well, I have to say, you worked with some amazing names, including Jeremy Irons. Take a look at this.
Oh, that's my favourite tune.
Who are you going to dance with? Me? No, dash it, me. Well, what about me?
Let me see now. Eeny, meeny, miny.
No. Oh, shame's sake. Rotten loser, some people?
Well, Nancy, how shall we divide the leftovers? Let me see. Eeny, meeny, miny.
Oh, no, you don't.
I have to tell you, that was Love for Lydia, and it was a wonderful, wonderful series to be in. It was my first television series with lovely people like Jeremy Irons.
How old were you then?
About 24, I think. Oh. And it was just the start of my career in drama, and it was just, it's made me fill up, actually, because it was just such a fantastic time in my life, and that was a wonderful show to do, so thank you for showing that. I've never seen that for 395 years.
We're going to take a short break to